let's say we were kids, and we're in our early 20s. I just want to just play. I want to just play. I had no sense of swing, a groove.
Hmm.
I had groove. The issue of groove was not first on my plate, and it was never, ever in all the time that I was at Berkeley, it was
Talked about.
never ever discussed at all by
I know,
any
and
of my
feel
teachers,
is everything.
and that's everything.
I
And
know.
I look back and I say, Jesus, all these years that I've struggled with this issue, learning it myself, but
Mm.
not being aware of it, listening to it in playback and saying, geez, I want to be more in the pocket. Geez, I want to be more groove. Geez, why am I ahead of the beat? All these things that you deal with when you're it's a time issue.
Mm.
And that is something that beyond anything else. And I had sevens. I was only there a couple months, a couple semesters, and they already gave me sevens.
Nice.
And so I thought, oh, well, that's great. I could get sevens. No, I couldn't groove for shit. I listened to this recording. No, seriously, I can't listen to any recordings that I did at Berkeley. I can't because it pains me, really. If
Yeah,
I
to hear
had a
the
good
difference now.
groove, yeah, and I'm not saying I have a great groove now either, but I'm very much aware of it and
Mm.
very much sensitive to it and really sensitive to it. I kick drummers' asses. Um, but it's great to be in that place of being able to kick a drummer's ass. But
Mm.
it's something that I should have been aware of when we were there. That is why,
Mm.
I mean, if I'm going to take lessons when I was there, and it was great taking lessons and everything, as I told you, that's not why I went there, is to become a guitar player.
Mm.
But it was great to be exposed to these great teachers and all of that. But they never once, ever discussed the issue of feel.
Wow.
And never. And Lauren, what do you think about that? I mean, isn't that
I think it's terrible because to me, even though there's a million things you have to teach and maybe most students aren't ready for it, it shouldn't be the last thing that they have to embrace. It should be something that they think about sooner because
right?
it's
Right.
not
Be
easy.
aware of. To be
Yes,
aware of is my point. Yeah.
exactly.
Yes. I'm sorry. I
Absolutely.
didn't mean to interrupt.
No, absolutely. And I'm on students about their sound and the feel right from the very beginning because when people want to do jazz and they just sound like this, and it's too dark and too much low mids, I'm like, you wouldn't be able to hear you in the back of the hall and you wouldn't be able to discern anything on a recording. Like
Right.
you have to
Right.
play cleaner, you have to play slower, you have to play in the pocket, and you've got to have a better tone. Without a little bit of treble, it's just not going to translate.
Right. Okay.
So yeah,
Sure.
tone and feel, I'm talking about that constantly.
Good. 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 I mean,
I
because
there's billions of
especially in
guitars.
jazz,
There's billions of
especially.
guitar players in the world, and there isn't any one that I'd have in my band besides me. It's like I'd rather clone myself 17 times, and that's what I do when I'm on recordings because people play too hard, they play too fast, they don't play in a pocket, they play
Right.
sloppy, they don't say anything. It's like.
Right.
And the funny thing was, George Harrison and James Taylor are like my favorite guitar players, right? And they're considered nothing compared to Wes Montgomery or Pat Metheny or Eric Clapton or any of those people. They come, 50th on the list or last, and if they make the list at all. And those are Pat Metheny's favorite two guitar players. So it's like, point made, It's like.
Absolutely. There you go. There
Oh
you go.
man, it's
So,
just
well, I'm
crazy.
glad you agree with me. But you understand why I'm a little not perturbed, but I'm a little disappointed that that issue was not ever raised. Where
Mm.
they could have just said it once. Someone
Mm-hmm.
could have just said it once and set me on the path.
And is it possible maybe somebody had, but
No,
they just didn't,
no,
never heard of it?
no,
And you
no.
seem to have gotten out of Berkeley without any hangups. There are so many people I know from Berkeley, including myself, that have like so many freaking hangups from Berkeley.
What do you mean?